Hiya, Hannah here, and thank you for joining me for week 1, day 3 of the mini Zentangle sessions. So today the materials we need are the same as yesterday's. So we have a black, this is a Micron, a fine liner pen. If you don't have one of those, if you can find a black biro. We've got a black pencil, an earbud, and a white square of paper or card. Now if you don't have a white square of paper or card, then you can use a notepad and draw a square into it. So if you want to pause the video whilst you go and get your materials and then come back and we'll be ready to go. So now we've got our materials, we're ready to start. So drawing in pencil on the white square, I'm just going to draw a slightly curved line in pencil. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be too curvy or too straight. Then I'm going to repeat it down the other side. I'm then going to turn my page and repeat it. And then I'm going to join it up. So I've got what looks like a little box. We're then going to switch to our pen. If you've got a fine liner, excuse me, or a biro, that's great. And drawing in pen, we're going to draw from one corner to the opposite corner, and we're just going to draw a straight line. And then to the right of that straight line, using my eye rather than using a ruler, I'm going to draw another line. And then I'm just going to repeat that one, which is just a little line. I'm then going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I've got 5 lines in total. And if at any point you find that I'm going too fast, please pause the video and catch up and then come back when you're ready. So I'm now going to turn my page around and I'm going to repeat the exact same thing, drawing a line, but this time it's going to be going from the opposite corner from the original. And then I'm going to draw another one to the right hand side, and then another little one to the right hand side. And you'll notice I'm trying to keep the spacing as similar as I can. I'm then going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to repeat that. And then I'm going to add the final line, and we're ready. So you can see now that we've got a grid. If I turn it that way, we've got a grid, or that way. So it doesn't matter too much. And what we're going to do is at each point where the 2 lines cross over, we're just going to draw a little square and colour it in. So this one's going to cross here, and I'm just going to colour that in. This one is going to cross here, and you'll notice that I'm trying to keep these squares at about the same or a similar size. So going down the second row now, we've got another square here, and then there's one below it. And then I'm going to start on the 3rd row. Oh. And then I'm going to follow that down. And this one here, you can see that the line would almost meet, but because of the pencil border, I'm not going to draw a full square, I'm just going to draw something that looks a bit like that. And then I'm going to start on the 4th row. I'm going to continue and repeat that all the way down each row. So when I've finished, if you look at the page, you won't be able to see anywhere where the two lines have crossed. Now we're going to add some shading, and there are a couple of ways to add shading. You can either draw a pencil line around the inside of the border, or you can draw in pencil a little line inside each square or rectangle, I suppose they are. It's up to you, but remember how we hold the pencil. We don't hold the pencil straight down, we hold it to the side, and that way we can control the amount of pencil we put on the page. So if you've chosen to do it this way, we're going to use the earbud, and I'm just going to gently rub it out. So I'm just teasing that pencil line. I'm just smudging it just so that it comes out slightly in the gap between each of those coloured squares. And the reason why we do this is to give it a bit of dimension so that it doesn't look so flat. So you can stop there, or you can gently tease it out in pencil so it almost forms the shape of an L. And you see the difference there. So all we have to do now is put our signature on it. So I think I like that way up. I'm just going to put my initials in that bottom corner. And the reason why we put our signature on is so that we can recognise our own work, but also it signifies that we finished that particular piece of art. So I've done some to show you the different ways you can draw this. So this is the one that I drew to match that one, but with straight lines around the outside, and instead of shading inside, I just shaded along the borders. This is the same, but as you can see, the lines were much closer together. So we've got lots more solid squares at the centre point where the lines cross. This one I've drawn the same way as I did this, and I shaded it the same way, but I also drew an extra line around the outside of each of those coloured squares. And finally, this one, I've done a mixture of both. So I've coloured some of the rows, the black squares on some of them, and then on the other ones I've left them blank. And on some of the centres I've put a circle, and some of them, if you can see, I've put some tiny little dots around each side of the square. So there you go. That is week 1, day 3. If you want to send me some pictures, that would be great. And if you've got any questions, just send me a message and I will answer them. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.